On August 23, 1973, Jan Erik Olsson took 4 bank employees hostage at Kreditbanken in Stockholm, Sweden. When they were released 6 days later, none of them were willing to testify against Olsson in court. Some of the hostages even raised money for Olsson's defense attorney. This bank robbery became the origin of the phrase Stockholm Syndrome to represent the psychology of hostages helping their captors even after they're granted their freedom. Let's talk about the most famous Swedish bank robbery of all time. In an effort to get into the psychology of the captors, let's go over a brief timeline of the bank robbery. We will start in the morning of August 23, 1973 in Stockholm, Sweden. Rather than butcher the pronunciation of the bank and the location, I will put it on the screen and spare myself the embarrassment. Olsson entered the bank, took out a submachine gun and fired it into the ceiling. After wounding a police officer who responded to a silent alarm, he took 4 bank employees hostage. He demanded the release of Clark Olofsson, $700,000 in Swedish currency, and a getaway car. In just a few hours, the police delivered all 3 of these demands but wouldn't let Olsson take the hostages with him to ensure safe passage. After just 1 day of being in a bank vault together, the captors and the hostages were on a first-name basis with each other. The police chief was allowed in to ensure the hostages were in good health and later stated that the hostages were combative and hostile to him while being friendly with their abductors. On August 28th, after more than 130 hours in total, Olsson and Olofsson surrendered after tear gas was pumped into the vault. Upon leaving the vault, the hostages and the abductors exchanged hugs and handshakes. As the gunmen were seized, one of the hostages cried out, "Don't hurt them, they never harmed us." Once incarcerated, the hostages visited the convicts in prison and even raised money for their legal defenses. Psychiatrists have compared the behavior exhibited by the hostages to soldiers who have been taken prisoner and later released. They feel emotionally indebted to their abductors because they were spared their lives. At this time, this behavior puzzled the police, the press, and the public. A bizarre phenomenon where hostages protect their abductors. Well, today that phenomenon is referred to as Stockholm Syndrome. Thank you for watching.